Hello everybody, welcome. This is Chris, otherwise known as Midnight, from the Midnight Runner show on Blog Talk Radio. This is the weekly update for July 30th, 2009, and this is the first update, and I'm not sure exactly how this is all going to go, so what I'm going to try to do each week for those who didn't catch the show and aren't able to catch the show is at least try to do, I guess I got to do like a 10-minute video, you know, kind of update of the stuff that we went over on the show, stuff that we talked about, and eventually I'm going to try to work some audio clips from the show into the videos, so it's just another area for people to hear about what's going on and the stuff that we're working on. So you'll see me looking down, looking up, and reading from different things that we went over on the show. So hope you want to just bear with me here, and we'll go over some stuff. So first, I saw this article right here. Okay, this came from the St. Petersburg Times newspaper down here in Tampa Bay, Florida, and it says the name of the article is "Buy That Officer a Beer." Yeah. Now, of course, Barack Obama and Mr. Gates Jr. and the police officer, Mr. Crowley or something. I think it is Crowley. Makes me think of that Ozzy Osbourne song, Mr. Crowley. What goes on in your head, you know? Well, of course, what was going on in this police officer's head is he was just doing his job. Now, in my humble opinion, Mr. Gates was racist right off the boat. You know, he came right out of the house and he said, "Oh, you're giving me a hard time because I'm black," and this and that and the other thing. In fact, the officer actually works with programs to help unite blacks and whites and Hispanics together, and the guy's never been known to be a racist. So, but that's where this is stemming from. And this article, like I said, this came out a couple of days ago, and it says, in an effort to foster better understanding between police and the people they have recently handcuffed in their own homes, President Obama has proclaimed today "Drink a Beer with Someone Who Arrested You Day." Can you believe that? Seriously. Explaining his decision, the president told reporters, "When tempers run a little high, there's one thing that always helps people think a little more rationally. That's beer." Obama said he hoped that his proclamation would result in thousands of friendly get-togethers around the country between police officers and the innocent people that they recently arrested. "I'm hoping, for example, that Misha Barton will have a tall and foamy with the cops who removed her from her home," he said, adding, quote, "which let me be clear, they did not act stupidly in doing." For members of minority communities who have not been arrested recently, Obama had these reassuring words: "This week is still young." Man, can you believe that? This is how I can't get over it. This is how he's solving the issues. You know what I'm saying? So today is, what is it? What is it called? Oh, "Drink a Beer with Someone Who Arrested You Day." Yeah, that's fantastic. So yeah. Woo, man. Okay. Obviously, that was just a joke. Okay, that's just some satire. There you go. Okay, yeah. That actually comes from Andy Borowitz. He does satire in the newspaper, and I thought it was kind of funny, you know, because Obama thinks that he can just talk to people and solve all the problems. You know, he wants to talk to Iran, and he's going to solve the nuke problems. He's going to talk to Israel, get them to be patient. He makes a racist remark, and Obama did. I mean, he jumped the gun. He went right to the worst case situation, you know, which is that the white officer was being racist. And, you know, and that just goes to show you what's in Barack Obama's head and what's in his heart and how quickly he reacts without even thinking. He didn't even have all the facts. So that's a little bit on that anyway. So Obama should have just stayed out of it, you know? I mean, it's ridiculous. Then here's this article. The title is "Shovel Ready," quote unquote, you know, shovel ready projects. Zero. Right here. Zero projects ready. That's how many road and bridge projects have actually broken ground out of the 521 shovel-ready Florida projects that are in the stimulus, but you know, that's going to be affected by the money in the stimulus bill. Okay, now Florida is supposed to get $1.3 billion in stimulus money. Hello, for shovel-ready projects. There has zero started. Okay, zero. Okay, and from what I understand, like 92% of the stimulus money hasn't even been put out there yet. It's a real effective way to be handling the stimulus, right? I mean, who the heck's in charge of this mess anyway? We borrow the money from China, we're going to owe it to them forever, okay? Or we're going to bankrupt ourselves. And then the world organization, the IMF and the EU, are going to come bail us out because we can't get out of our own debt. Okay? I mean, it's ridiculous. And the money's not even getting out there. You know, it's trickling out little by little. I guess we'll wait and see what happens with that. So, the other thing that we were covering was the fact that of political correctness and how that Obama is moving people into certain positions to basically curb our free speech. I'm serious. You know, in fact, this article right here was off the AP. Now, this was November 2008. Okay. And the title was Obama Promises Federal Technology Czar. Now, again, this was before he got elected. And the candidate says he'll put government data online in universally acceptable formats. Okay? Senator Barack Obama said on November 14th if he's elected to the presidency next year, he would appoint the country's first chief technology czar to guarantee that the United States is always in the forefront of technology. Sounds good so far. It's no coincidence that one of the most secretive administrations in history has favored special interests and pursued policies that could not stand up to sunlight, he told a crowd of more than 1,000 Google employees. Of course, he's talking about Bush. As president, I'll change that. I'll put government data online in universally accessible formats. That's a bunch of crap. Whatever happened to the transparency? Remember? All bills are going to be posted online for 5 days so people can read them, so we can read them before they get voted on, so you can hear feedback from the American people. I haven't seen a bill yet get posted online. Good luck getting the mass media to report on the bill. It says in a separate policy statement released November 14th, Obama said the CTO, the Chief Technology Officer, would have the authority to ensure government agencies have the right infrastructure, policies, and services to solicit and receive information from citizens. To solicit information from citizens. That's nice. The CTO would also oversee a national interoperable wireless network for first responders. Sounds like a whole lot of government control to me, people. A whole lot of government control. I don't like that idea. Federal technology czar, to go with the 36 other czars that Obama has appointed. You know what a czar is? Comes from the ancient word Caesar. It's an old Roman a Roman dictator or a procurator, something to that effect. An autocratic ruler from Russia and then back in the days of Rome. Yeah, why is Obama calling them czars? How about because they're going to watch over every area of our life? Which I didn't know there were 36 areas of our life, to be honest with you. Our next article we went over was the Republicans assail President Obama for meeting with Congressional Budget Officer. There you go, right here. Now, that, of course, after the Congressional Budget Office came out, and Douglas Elmendorf, gotta love that, Elmendorf, Mr. Dorf, came out and said that this health plan would be a disaster and put our country in deficit by like $9 trillion or something in 10 years. Obama didn't like that very much. So what does he do? He calls the guy into the office, and the article goes on to say that no one blames Mr. Elmendorf for accepting an invitation from the President of the United States. However, Minority Leader John Boehner, Republican Ohio, said in a statement, the issue is whether it was appropriate for the White House to invite him to discuss pending legislation before Congress at all. The CBO is tasked with providing objective, nonpartisan, and timely analysis to aid in economic and budgetary decisions on the wide array of programs covered by the federal budget. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell said, I noticed that the CBO director was sort of called down to the White House yesterday. It strikes me as somewhat akin as the owner of the team asking the umpires to come up to the owner's box. Yeah. I think Obama said, look, man, you better change them numbers around. I don't like it too much. It's crazy. Former CBO Director Douglas Holtz, a Republican appointee who advised the 2008 presidential campaign of Senator John McCain, said that he had never had a private meeting at the White House during his time at the helm of the CBO from 2003 to 2005. But Obama called the guy in to talk with him. Second to last article we looked at, in Ross County, Ohio, May 13, 2009, a local school district has decided it will take a prayer at a graduation ceremony. This article talks about how they invite clergy for the last 17 years to come and give a prayer at the graduation ceremony. The article's right here. And one senior stood up and threatened a lawsuit, said they were offended, said that saying this prayer makes everybody uncomfortable. And they threatened to sue. And they got together with the Americans United for Separation of Church and State. Oh, I love those people, especially around Christmas time. and they can't even stand to look at a manger. And basically, they got the prayer tossed out. And they said they're obeying the law. Well, you know what I got right here? How about the Constitution of the United States? Right here. It says that the government should not abridge the freedom of speech or the free exercise of religion. Abridge it means stop it or prohibit or, to stop it, to slow it down. Don't tell me it's the law. It wasn't a staff member or a school member or a principal or a director saying a prayer. And then the Obama witch doctor picture that went out in the email. Look that up on Google. The guy that forwarded this is a doctor in St. Petersburg who forwarded the picture to about 150 of his friends, was called a racist and was threatened, and now he has to step down because he spoke his mind and expressed himself. It's absolutely ridiculous. We got to stand up, go to senate.gov, find out your senators, email them, fax them, see them. Same thing with your congressman. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next week. May God bless America.